Gordon's got the ground game. Well, it's the coach. This is the 2018 season, and you've got it tuned to EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Melvin Gordon, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the LA Chargers, as they get set to square off against the Buffalo Bills. With that, let's get up to Buffalo for their home opener. Standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hello, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0
right
on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
No, who are you playing?
The children will grow. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
But I missed a field goal, and then another time I got down in the red zone.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll
it.
be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
And Phillip Rivers has had just about all the accolades you can have in the NFL. He's put up big numbers. He's made multiple Pro Bowls. But what he wants more than anything, at least one Super Bowl appearance before his career is over.
It was nice.
They go play action here on first down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to bring him down.
I tried trading
for a loss of 7.
For him.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
And they wouldn't do it, and I wasn't going to add a pick to it or nothing. So I dropped into a cover 6. They went play action, and they could not find anybody open. And got a sack on Rivers right away.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And we get a quick look at the Chargers starting offense.
Your NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2017 was Keenan Allen, who set a Chargers record for most receptions in a season with 102. And he passed Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson in doing so. Played only 9 games in the previous 2 years. He plays with a ferocity that few see on the field, attacks routes downfield, and makes big plays.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vic Beasley in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14.
I didn't sack him
It'll
either
bring
time.
up a fourth down.
CPU.
Looking like the Vic Beasley of 2016 on that play, Charles.
That's the one that they
didn't
want
to get rid of it.
Remember, that Vic Beasley, 15 and a half sacks, led the NFL in that category that season. Dropped to just 5 in 2017. He also dropped into coverage more, trying to help out his team.
Great start for my defense here.
Here's Donnie Jones now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And taken at the 46. It's a 45-yard punt.
If I can get one first down in field goal range.
And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills with excellent field position to get things started. Commanding the offense
for
with the
155
7th
yards
overall pick in the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
And no excitement
One interception,
unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Allen now on 1st down. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. No gain, and it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Well, people want to win, and so they typically look at if someone has
and the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
They could have a bad record from playing with randoms and actually get dubs and they play with their friends like me, but you just never know.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's McCoy. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Just get the ball
14 yards and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I really got to make the most of this field position. And bringing out some fake reverses.
Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Coming up with 2 straight Pro Bowls is Casey Hayward, who entered the league, and many saw him as strictly a nickel cornerback, but he can do everything. Play inside, play outside. 7 interceptions he had, led the league in 2016, added 4 more in 2017, with 22 passes broken up, which led the AFC.
They scored their first possession on you, right, Josh? And then you just had to go and...
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Gonna drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And McCoy loses the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
And they got it. Dang it, man. McCoy's been fumbling. That's back-to-back games with a fumble.
Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble loss to both weeks 1
and 2. And he had the
2.
first down.
It's not a disaster, but certainly
playing the check down game.
Oh,
he was down. I'm challenging
because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers.
Yeah, his freaking elbow was down. I can't challenge this. Okay, spinning, still has the ball. Down. Oh, ball was coming out. Dang it, that's a good call.
It's up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. Benjamin Ribbon over the middle. And he'll beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Another one.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon.
I can't believe
20 carries,
fumbled that.
97 yards.
Good field position.
But they set a nice tone in week one. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on. And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Well, you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15?
Who got hurt?
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
That's 2 plays that Rivers threw it. My guys were on it, and they didn't swipe at the ball. So you just had to make an adjustment.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Quickly now, a look at the Buffalo defense.
And I'm eager to see Vic Beasley rush the quarterback again. 15.5 sacks in 2016. That led the league. That number dropped to 5.5 in 2017. He was dropping back in coverage way too often. I think he's going to be in attack mode in 2018 and beyond.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. To throw is Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And that is Allen.
They got
still
it.
Down
3rd and goal
following
from
the
the
play.
2.
Appears to be shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Oh, no way you completed that.
Man, it's caught.
I had a free rusher.
Chargers.
He flung it out there.
In for the score. No. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hand.
My starting
knows where he's
right
going,
now,
just puts it to the outside.
Good
touchdown.
Slot corner. Good third option, but he's not a good. He got torched. I had a good play call there too.
Extra point forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they completed a pass.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Caught it, and we converted it.
Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground with McCoy.
Come on.
And he's going to
hold that block. I mean, I guess it's Joey Bosa, but still. If he holds that block for like another second.
I like the strategy.
I'm still running.
Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, here's Allen.
Ooh.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Thought he was going to come down with that.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Exactly. I don't want to be 30 or whatever.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. A ball throw, but incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Of course, they're in a cover 3. No wonder I couldn't find anyone.
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Yeah, I chose the Bills because I like their uniforms.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
So I'm pretty
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive,
chose the Bills because
I think they carry that
I like
confidence into this
cold
one. Doesn't
weather
matter where you
teams
start with the football now,
and
they have to
outdoor
feel great about their
stadiums, and then I
opportunity.
pick teams that aren't very good, and then I gotta like their uniforms. So Bills kind of
They'll
fit
start
there.
on the ground. This is Gordon on first
Oh my
down.
God, Melvin
Room
Gordon
past the 20.
broke a 94-yard
There goes
touchdown.
Melvin
Caught him
Gordon.
in there.
And finally taken down at the 44-yard
They had a decent
line.
defense.
A big play there
I
by
was able to make some
Gordon.
trades.
And even 50
and,
yards. Well, they were
kind of
backed
fit
up
to the
deep in
3-4
their
that I
own
want to run.
territory. Not
And then
anymore.
offensively,
This works really well
got
when
a
you
young
play a defense
quarterback,
that's an attack type of
and
defense
I really
that
gotta
comes
build the
after you,
offensive
wants
line.
the football.
So, that's
Sometimes
why.
you use their aggressiveness against them.
A first down throw here for Rivers.
pick that.
And pops straight. A
come
collision
on.
there, jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the
Never heard of
contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Oh, really?
To throw again.
Yeah, definitely.
Rivers got a man
Never
over
heard
the
of it.
middle. It's Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Held him to a field goal attempt.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there.
Ooh, he missed it, just short.
An ambitious effort, but it's
Huge.
well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Huge, huge, huge.
Yeah, this place has notoriously never been kind to visiting field
Decent
goal
field
kickers.
goal
You get
position,
those
man.
wins
I
that
like-
really whip
I
through
get
the inner
20,
bowl. Not to mention the
25
urban
yards, I like
legends about stadium workers opening and closing the tunnel doors. But for whatever reason, this one winds up off target.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watching that body 40.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. It's a close game here early on. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they've got it here with a first down.
Need 9, 10 more yards to be in field goal range.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
A give to McCoy. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Rooney,
He'll be brought down at the 43.
The 2 plays I've had,
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he's going to be stopped
short.
at about the 37.
Draw caught him.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
Here we go. 319. 319.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. 319. 319.
Now Allen off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watching now, Barney.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And he spots Henderson open left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Yeah, they're starting their own party for 2K.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Rolling to his right. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another first down. Now McCoy. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Ardarius Stewart now on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field. Here comes Los Angeles. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
this time? Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Rivers.
Oh, my God.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, you know, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Okay, just stop and let him. Get 2 touchdown passes, dude.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go. 319. 319.
To throw on 2nd down. Allen eluding the pressure right. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, Allen. He sets to fire deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Following the interception here, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it through the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2, having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he is far away in Orlando. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Rivers now on 2nd down. Henry's got it out on the left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard. Yeah,
but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Rivers now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Again, it's Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Rivers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Rivers again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
From the red zone now, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll throw again. Rivers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin in East Rutherford with Miami visiting the Jets in an AFC East matchup. And they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top. Ryan Tannehill's thrown a touchdown there. Next, we'll stay in the Northeast. We head down to FedEx Field in Washington to check in on the Redskins. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Ryan Grant, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. In the game you're watching, it's the veteran Phillip Rivers, who's up to his old tricks. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had to halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And they start the second half with a carry by McCoy. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Allen looks to throw on second down. He'll buy some time right into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Murphy, Charles missed all of last year with that knee injury. Says he feels healthy. He sure looked healthy there.
Had 9 sacks in his last full season, 2016. Can also cover people out of the backfield when they run pass routes. Trent Murphy's an excellent addition.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Tenth carry now for McCoy. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10.
Yo, what's up? I'm doing all right tonight, man. How about you?
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney.
Allen. Quick hitch, complete. It's Williams. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Over.
From the gun, it's Allen. And bulldozing his way through. Ebron with it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy.
Come on.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Used some modifiers on the main menu, but yes, it is posted on my thread on Operation Sports.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
This is my set that I just posted, yep.
They'll run with a big man. This is Adams. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off the big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the 1st down with a couple of yards to spare.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
See if it works.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
perfect setup, though, for this play right here.
All right, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing. Watching that body, body.
On play action, Allen. Flushed out right.
Let's
Josh
go.
Allen with his first ever NFL touchdown pass as his guys are back within a single score.
And how about that for Josh Allen? His first touchdown pass in the NFL. He had plenty of success while at the University of
One of my
Wyoming.
strategy plays.
But when you throw your first touchdown in the
my
league,
custom playbook
that's
I
what
made.
you've been dreaming
It
of
is
since you were a
uploaded on
small
Madden
child.
One to cherish forever, and you talk about his success. He had 44 touchdown passes in his 2 seasons at Wyoming.
Oh, that was perfect.
Now Hauschka to
Right
tack
back in
on
the
the
game.
extra point. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Phillip Rivers, he is the focal point of our players' spotlight now. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so, but it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect him, they've really been in sync and been on point. How about the guys going out and catching the ball? Well, the receivers, the running backs, everyone is involved today.
Like 5 weeks.
And what we're watching right now is really a beautiful team effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Star Latulippe able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. I assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rivers. Huge. And drops incomplete.
Let's go.
As he got popped as he was throwing it.
That pressure.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push out of the end.
Dang it, Joey Bosa.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Of course no one blocks you.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Legion able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
God dang it, Casey Hayward.
Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Jeez. Overthrow him or something, Josh Allen. Get the ball there.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon.
Missed him back there.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Remember at the outset you talked about the key being keeping him under 100 yards. Well, he's over 100 now. We're in the 3rd quarter.
So that has happened, right? So that goal's gone. Can they bottle him up the rest of the way? They'll need to do so if they want to try and win this one.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come.
Oh, my.
Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. So they did not bring pressure, and turns out probably a bad idea. Yeah,
he had time to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike. So I'm wondering if they're going to note that, and next time just go ahead and bring that pressure.
Of course they inverts. Why invert so freaking much?
Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Rivers now, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, and the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
And now Rivers will lead the Chargers up to go for 2. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
You got to be kidding me.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive.
Freaking
scored.
2 fumbles.
Now they go down,
they don't have
the
any
ball
turnovers.
Free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
I can't get a single freaking turnover from them. Not one, but I have 5.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jerry Hughes in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Yep.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And a solid run down inside the 30. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Let's go. 3-19.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Allen going to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Marquette King now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returning, it's Benjamin. Look at the spin.
Balance.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now out come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Allen now on first down. Oh, his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rookie Derwin James with a pick. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Now Allen off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Allen. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. From midfield, here's Allen. Now a desperation throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bills get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Hauschka now for the extra point. Hauschka with the extra point. Final score now from Atlanta. And it was the Panthers that wound up winning that one. Cam Newton, a touchdown pass to help lead the way. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for our visitors, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.